Yeah, it's not working for sure.
All right. Maybe I could just yell if that's better, or does that actually help? Does that help?
A little bit.
Okay. So again, my name is Sheila Muxlow. I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming out here again today, and just to acknowledge that this was something that was collectively decided last week from the majority of you who were out last week when we were targeting our provincial MLAs, and there was a very clear ask that we need to, as local residents, also be putting our pressure on our federal MP. And so we made a request to Mark Strahl to come out today to answer some of our questions when it comes to the changes that the Harper government has made to our environmental regulations, to the moves that they've made to fast-track pipelines when it comes to shortening the length of public consultation required, undermining the environmental assessments required when they cut through significant waterways, and also to ask most recently about this China-Canada Foreign Investor Protection and Promotion Agreement. We wanted to hear from Mark exactly how he figures that would be something that would work in the best interest of those of us who live here in his home community. Mark wasn't able to make it out today, unfortunately. His office called and they said that he's in Ottawa. So hopefully, you know, he's doing his job. Yeah, I know. But the one thing though that I did want to share with you was their response to our request to come into his office and deliver a strong message that his staff could take home and make sure Mark heard. And they denied that as well. They've actually closed the office. And they actually, they actually told me though that they had received violent threats from people who were organizing this protest.
Typical.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know about you, but I don't believe that is true because I know the majority of people here are community members. They are neighbors. They are mothers. They are sisters. They are fathers. They are good people who make this community what it is.
Yes.
We do not deserve to be demonized like that, and we do not deserve to be marginalized like that.
The Conservatives always marginalize opposition like that.
Right. And so I wanted to share that though with you as a group, just about being really conscious about our efforts as we go forward. That we hold on to the dignity that we have because we're coming from a place of truth. And we hold on to the power that we have as people to just be voicing our rights. And that we don't let this guy marginalize us. We don't let this guy shut us out. Because what we're doing is not wrong. What we're doing is not illegal. What we're doing is actually very needed to make sure that the future of our hometown is a place that we want to be living in for generations to come.
It's our responsibility.
Thank you. So I don't know if anyone else wants to get on this mic, but I did bring some Halloween chants.
Go for it.
Because those are always fun. Okay. And actually, these chants came from an event called Power Shift. Some of you might have heard about it. It was a huge event that happened out in Ottawa last weekend. Thousands of folks, primarily young people, came together in an effort to be challenging the Harper government and particularly challenging all of the subsidies that are going with our public tax money to support tar sands expansion and the expansion of fossil fuel industries at the cost of investment into renewable energy technology that actually could be shifting us justly away from a dependency on these corporations. So it's a growing movement. We're not alone. And they shared these chants that I can try to lead through, and I apologize for my voice this morning. Okay. So if you don't mind repeating after me, all right, we'll kind of warm ourselves up. Okay. All right. So, trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
Stomp our feet.
Stomp our feet.
On these dirty oil subsidies.
On these dirty oil subsidies.
Rampant cuts.
Rampant cuts.
Are such a scare.
Are such a scare.
Now is the time to make things fair.
Now
Okay. Bones. All right. Okay. So here's one more. One more. All right. Trick or treat. Healthy feet.
Trick or treat. Help defeat.
Subsidies to corporate greed.
Subsidies to corporate greed.
You pollute. We pay the fees.
You pollute. We pay the fees.
Through affected communities.
Through affected communities.
All right. That's kind of a good one. We could do that one more time, maybe. Because it definitely speaks to us in Chilliwack. Of course, the Kinder Morgan pipeline, Trans Mountain pipeline, we all know, runs right through here, crosses our drinking water aquifer, crosses the Fraser River, crosses the Better River, cuts behind Watson Elementary School, cuts through numerous high residential areas, as well as a lot of our agricultural farms. So definitely it resonates with us that we are paying the fees when it comes to being a directly impacted community for the subsidies Harper government and representatives like Mark Strahl are really offering to these companies. So one more time, one more last one, and then we'll be good. Okay. Trick or treat, help defeat.
Trick or treat, help defeat.
Subsidies to corporate greed.
Subsidies to corporate greed.
You pollute, we pay the fees.
You pollute, we pay the fees.
Through affected communities.
Through affected communities.
All right. Woo! Yes, it's awesome, but does anybody want to?
Whoa, watch.
Sure, okay.